thank you both for joining us.
I just get to cuddle with Lucy.
Yeah, I
We
know,
are so
right?
excited that
We're
it's
very
just
excited
us.
about this.
I will say that this is the closest I've ever seen two people on these couches. Yeah.
Like, yes,
hang
the
out.
two.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, if Stephanie, we've done one where it was us and Stephanie.
Yes, that was fun.
It was such like a feeling panel.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Let's talk
Yes.
about all the emotions.
It
But
was
also,
so
Lucy and
good.
I just travel together all the time,
Yeah.
so this is just bestie time. So
It's very fun.
Is this
good.
how you see each other more than being in the recording studio, like at
100%.
the studio?
Yes. I mean, most of you probably know, but we never record together. It's always one at a time. If we do our jobs right, you think we're all in the room together, but we are never in the room together. It's always one at a time.
Do you ever see each other? Well, my first question is now, do you more stay at home and record, or do you find yourself still back at the studio?
So they want us to be in the studio.
Sure.
But because I don't live in Dallas, our show records in Dallas, and I live in Houston, which is 4.5 hours down the road. I get to record a lot of Nami stuff these days from Houston. Nice. Unless it's a good bit. And then I just go up to Dallas and do it.
yeah.
Use it as an excuse for a trip.
Yes. So we don't see each other when we're recording, but like when I used to direct, that's when we would see each other. I would direct and she would be in the booth because I directed most of My Hero Academia, and she's the lead female in that. So I got to see her more during that. But now that I retired, it really is just conventions.
Which is way fun.
Yeah, you get to go to new restaurants and new cities
Yes.
and experience a lot
So
of
many
fun things
restaurants.
together. Yeah, exactly. But it's better than just a lot of people come to these cons and they see their hotel room, they see the convention center, they see their booth, they see the audience, and then they see their bed.
Yes.
So you guys get to make time to go out to go to restaurants?
Only because it's Lucy and like my assistant Rose, and she makes the reservation and she gets us out the door, because it used to just be me going from the convention center to the hotel, and then I would go hide in my room and eat room service and not talk for a while. But with them, I like to get out with nobody else.
A lot of times at the end of the day, I'm sure you all, at the end of your con day, you've been talking all day, you're ready to not talk anymore, you know. And sometimes we still are like, we're good night.
Yeah. And now
Colleen's
I go
gonna
to
go
sleep.
read her book. I'm gonna go watch my shows.
And you do a lot of these too, so it can be like, sometimes I know some people will do them every weekend for a stint in between things.
You're worse at that.
sometimes.
You do that more
So
often
it's
than
like,
I do.
oh, the novelty of this, I need to go sleep, you know.
I try to keep
sure.
it like at least a week in between. I do 20 a year. That's my limit. Which is still a lot.
Which is, there's only 52 weeks.
I know. That's
in a
still
year.
a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do some in a row. And then you learn, you're like, I can't do that many in a row. But I mean, more often than not, you guys, you
So
know,
fun.
cons are really fun.
Yeah.
And people are sweet. And I go home and tell my husband that my faith in humanity is restored after a weekend at a con, for sure.
Yeah, you get to see, I think the best part about cons is like how your fans react to things and your one-on-one feedback and the excitement of how it's affected their lives.
And we have the best fans.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
we go to a lot of the bigger pop culture cons where they have a lot of face actors, and we get to see their fans, and they're mean. They're so mean.
Hey, give yourself a round of applause, you anime
you guys are so
fans out
nice.
there.
It's true that
I agree.
we are told this by handlers and stuff, that anime fans, they're sweet and nice.
You guys are
It's
so
true.
supportive. Yeah.
That is the tea, you guys. That is the tea.
Well, I would love to get into y'all's origin story of how y'all got into voice acting before I turn it over to the audience where they ask their questions.
What is
So,
your origin story?
tell us your origin
My
story.
origin story begins with Laura Bailey.
Oh, anybody familiar with Laura Bailey here? There we go. She has also probably voiced some of your favorite characters.
Yes. So I was an actor my whole life. I've been acting since I was 12. And I majored in acting, but my intention was to go and be a soap opera actor in New York. That was what I thought I was going to do, because I figured that would be the most ongoing work. I wouldn't have to, you know, you get a role and then you stay in it.
this tracks. Yes.
Yes, I'm safety girl. So that was my plan. So I went to Dallas, went home. I
Did
graduated.
you watch soap operas?
No.
But I know
No.
I want to do them.
But I could cry on command, and I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
So I went from Florida State and then went back to Texas to earn some money and live with my parents for a year, and then I was going to move to New York. And in that year, I met Laura Bailey, and we did a play together, and we became best friends and roommates. I lived with her for 3 or 4 years. And she brought me up to the studio to get me in the door. That was her like going, come watch, and maybe they'll ask you to do something. So she brought me up, and I watched her record Dragon Ball GT with Chris Bevins, and he asked me if I wanted to get in the booth and do a scream. Oh, fun. So I got in the booth and I screamed. And yes, I did. And that got me the audition for Rachel in Case Closed. And before that was cast, I actually booked Eclair in Kitty Grade. Justin Cook, who is also here and has been my boss forever, gave me the role of Eclair in Kitty Grade, and that was my first role. And he actually moved to be a producer halfway through that series. So in episode 16, I took over directing for Kitty Grade. And that became my career. So it was acting for the first 16 episodes, and then I became a director, and then I know, so fast. And then I became a producer and a writer, and that was my whole life.
Very cool.
Wow.
That's awesome. Thank you, Laura Bailey. Good. Come to work with me.
Yes.
Career changing.
She was very kind.
I am picturing Luffy in a soap opera now, though.
These are the